Hi, this is Jenny Lupe from the New Hampshire State Council on the Arts, and I'm going to walk you through the new budget form for the Arts Conservation License Plate Grant Program, otherwise known as the Moose Plate Program. This is a very simple form to use. The big change is that it is in Microsoft Excel format, and that means that it will do the math for you, which will be very, very helpful. There are formulas throughout the form which will add both from the rows and in columns. So at the top of the form are 3 reminders: the minimum maximum grant request, a reminder that your budget needs to be balanced, and also a reminder not to use any symbols when you type in your dollar amounts into the form. Do not use dollar signs, commas, and unless there are cents in the dollar amount, you don't need to use periods or dots either. So I'll show you how it works. The first thing you're going to do is type in the applicant name, and this is the applicant name that you used on the application, and it will probably be an organizational name. Next, you're going to tell us how much money you want from us. So let's say you're going to ask for $15,000 from us. So I'm going to type in 15,000. Notice I didn't use a dollar sign, a comma, or even a period. And I'm going to hit my tab key, and when I do that, a number of things happen. First, the dollar amount changes so that the system automatically puts a comma and a period in and extends out the cents. And then the dollar amount shows up for this row in the total income column, and then down at the bottom where all the totals are for the income statement, it shows up there as well. So there are a lot of things going on as you type in amounts. So let's keep going. We'll show you what the rest of these are. If you've applied to this program before, this form is very similar to the budget form you've used in the past, and it's very similar to other budget forms. If you're receiving income from contracted services or admissions or concessions, fees or tuition or memberships, you want to list those things here and the amounts of the revenue here. Your corporate contributions, if you do not have any corporate contributions for this project, you want to put zeros in the blue fields, and you'll see blue fields throughout this form, and they exist here to help the staff and the panel eyeball the budget very quickly. But if you do have corporate contributions, you need to list them. And so let's say we're getting some grant money from Ginny's Corporation. We're going to type that in, and then you're going to put the amount here. And so I just put in $1,000, and you can see that the 1,000 shows up for this row in the total income column. It also now shows up in these totals down here. So you want to list your corporate contributions if you have any, and if you don't, put zeros in the blue fields and leave everything else alone. Same with private foundations. If you're getting grant money for this project from private foundations, you want to list them. If not, put zeros in the blue fields. Same with federal government support. If you're getting federal government support, you want to tell us where that's coming from. And if you're not getting it, zeros in the blue fields. So if I type in 0 here, whoops, you can see that that shows up as well. And if you're getting state support from agencies other than the Department of Cultural Resources, you can put the information here. If not, zeros in the blue fields. Remember that your grant request doesn't go here. The grant request goes up at the top of the form. Local government support, same idea. And then applicant cash. This is cash that your organization is contributing to the project. Remember, a match is not required for this program, but it's always good to see that the applicant is contributing something. And then other revenue. You want to identify any other revenue that you have coming in for this project. If you don't have any additional revenue, again, zeros in the blue fields. Pretty simple. Now let's go to the expense area, and you'll see that there is an extra column here for the expenses. And the reason is that now we're asking you to break down your expenses based on what's covered by the grant and what's not going to be covered by the grant. Obviously, you have worked this out ahead of time, so you know where that $15,000 is going to go that you're asking for from us, but you also want to list all of your other expenses as well. Staff, any consultant fees. So if you have consultants that you're working with, you want to list them here, their names, and how much they're being paid. If you don't have any consultant fees, you're going to put zeros in the blue fields, just like we did in the income section. Digitization, any other outside fees and services, again, you want to list those. If you don't have any, zeros in the blue fields. Advertising, printing, mailing and postage, any space rental, any travel related to the project. Again, if you don't have any travel related to the project in state or out of state, put zeros in those blue fields. Otherwise, identify those things. Conservation treatments, any archival supplies, and then any other expenses that you have related to the project. If you don't have any other expenses, again, put zeros in the blue fields. It's that simple. If you have any questions about the budget form, please contact me, and my email address and contact information is on our website. If you need to add rows to the other areas, we can do that for you. Just let me know. I hope that this video has been helpful. I look forward to seeing your proposals.